All right, welcome back to Real Ag Radio here on this Thursday. It is the Farmer Rapid Fire brought to you by Pioneer Seeds Canada. And joining me now is Jenna Gregoire. Jenna, how are you today?
I'm great, Lyndsey. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now tell us, where are you based? Where's your territory?
So I'm based out of North Battleford, Saskatchewan, and I cover Northwest Sask and as well as Central West Sask. So kind of a big chunk of Central and Northern Saskatchewan.
And did you get the moisture this
We
week?
did. We did get
Yahoo!
the moisture. I will tell you, morale around me went from 0 to about 100 pretty darn fast with that snowstorm.
Good.
And then, of course, everybody complained about too much snow.
Right,
But
exactly.
great.
But we're
Yeah.
allowed. We reserve the right to do such things.
Yeah. If you live in Canada, you get to. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Okay, so we are now officially spring according to the calendar, but yes, it's a little white outside. But we're just that much closer to the seeding season, to getting rolling. Today, we're going to talk about, the importance of trialing a new idea, a new product, a new management technique on your farm. Walk us through, how do you broach this subject with your growers?
Yeah, definitely. So we have what's called PKPs, and they're product knowledge plots. And I love them. I personally love them. It's an opportunity for growers to see what's out there, a competitor, plus what's coming down the pipeline. So it's a firsthand chance for them to see something that's not available commercially. So I think, why not see what's up and coming before anybody else does? I know I definitely want to put my hand if I'm able to see something before anybody else does, because I feel really extra important then. So it's just a great opportunity to, get a firsthand feel of how something works in your area.
Now, and this is, of course, done on your farm with your equipment and your management. Is that how this works?
Exactly. So I know it's really nice to replicate all these, very small trials, and those are absolutely important. I don't want to downplay those, but I do think that when a producer is able to do it themselves with their own equipment and their own farming practices, it just is a really good opportunity to see how, for farmer A, you might not get the same results as farmer B, who's using different equipment or maybe has different farming practices that works or is suitable for them.
And of course, field history, all those sorts of things are going to play a role in how a certain product performs on your farm. What sort of support would a farmer get if they're interested in doing one of these trials? How do you sit down with them and sort of walk them through what's expected, or how does that work?
Yeah, for sure. So what happens is we usually sit down, we go through what the product mix would be, so how many different entries they would have, and then also kind of the expectations. So, you don't just put it in the ground and leave it. It's important to see, what it comes out of the ground like. So you have me, I'm kind of annoying for people who do PKPs because you have to see me numerous times throughout the season. But, it's important to see that plant stand count. It's important to see how it reacts during flowering season. It's important to see if there's differences with disease pressure, things like that. And then also harvest management. So I want to be in there in the fall also to see, what the maturity was like, how it compares to our current lineup. And then, of course, yield is king when it comes to that at the end. And we want to make sure that we capture all of that data also.
So question about on the data side. So when you're taking yields, what are you using? Are you using weigh wagons to measure this off? Are you using mapping?
Yeah.
How does that work?
We use weigh wagons. You'll see me trucking around Northwest Sask with my handy dandy Pioneer weigh wagon. It's my favorite time of year. I'll bring out pizza to the field and some pop, and we will weigh it off with the weigh wagon to make sure that everything's accurate across the board.
Now, okay, so to me, it sounds like you're very busy doing these things at
Yeah.
certain times of year, which sounds really exciting, but also it is a lot. So that I think is a pretty key thing here. Farmers wouldn't be alone on this. They have a partner with you or whoever their rep might be to do these trials for the season.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely a team collaboration. And if you do sign up to do one of these, I'm not throwing you to the wolves. You definitely have support from Pioneer. And we want to help you all the way from seeding all the way up to harvest for sure.
Okay, so farmers who are curious, I'm going to guess there's still time. Let us know if there still is. How would they go about finding out how to set one of these up? Is there still enough time for this seeding season?
Well, I'm a planner, so I do like to have things planned, before spring typically, but that doesn't mean that there isn't opportunity to still do some side by sides for us. The best thing for a grower to do is if they are interested in one of these, to contact their local Pioneer hybrid rep, and we will get them set up. It might not be a full product knowledge plot, but we definitely have availability of side-by-sides and, maybe a couple multiple hybrids to put with what their existing plan is. We will definitely work with them to make sure that they get a type of trial on their field, because data is so important, and we want to make sure that we can capture as much data as physically possible.
Absolutely. And then it cues it up for next year. You'll be off to the races for next year as well. Yeah.
And nothing I like better than a repeat customer who wants to do trials again the next year, because that just, that gets me excited.
And it's always easier the next year, everybody. So get in the swing of things. Yeah. All right. Okay, Jenna, thanks so much for joining me here on the Farmer Rapid Fire here on Real Ag Radio. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lyndsey.